Today we're doing a tune-up with a Haltech Platinum Pro plug-in in this S14 200SX. It's just had the engine rebuilt, so we're going over the existing tune that we had in the Haltech on the old engine. Today we're doing a tune-up with a Haltech Platinum Pro plug-in in this S14 200SX. It's just had the engine rebuilt, so we're going over the existing tune that we had in the Haltech on the old engine. If you like our content and these types of cars, take this opportunity now to like and subscribe. Here are some specs on this car. Here is our Haltech Platinum Pro plug-in. I quite like these units. They work really well on these cars. It's got a lot of tunability and it's also got flex fuel capability. So this car is running flex fuel. At the moment we've got a tank of E81. According to our dash, I'll just zoom in on the ethanol number here. There it is, 81%. As expected with most jobs like this one, again we had our fair share of small teething problems. I do have a fuel pressure gauge hooked up onto the vehicle at the moment to monitor the fuel system supply pressure. We have had problems with the pump that was only 8 months old in this vehicle, so we've cleaned the filters first to check to see if we could restore our lack of fuel supply. That didn't fix the issue. Later it was going to another pump, and yeah, 8 months old pump unfortunately wasn't doing its job, and with the new pump no fuel pressure problems and the car seems to be running well. Let's take a look at the power graph from this vehicle. So we've finished up with a figure of 337 kilowatts at the wheels on high boost and 321 kilowatts at the wheels on his medium boost. Our graph is set up to go from 0 to 350 kilowatts on the left axis. Engine RPMs we've got from 3.2 to about 8,000, and the runs are finishing on this car just before 7,400 there, just zooming out to get a bit better view. On the right axis here we've got boost pressure, so our boost is between 20 and 25 psi. Our boost curves are the bottom ones here, and the matching power curves are above. On this vehicle, when I am ramping it in, I'm deliberately easing the throttle in here. I've tried to go full throttle, but the boost comes on and hits that hard with this 3071 small turbo combination that it goes into wheel spin. So I had to ease it in here to get the dyno to draw the graphs properly. Let's go into our green graph with a little bit more detail. So at about 3800 we're making about 10 psi boost, and at that point we're already got over 100 kilowatts at the wheels. That is going to provide sufficient acceleration for the car for just normal driving around, and keeping in mind a car like the naturally aspirated version of this car, it would have only had about 100 kilowatts at the wheels, which this vehicle's already making at about 3,800 revs. At the other end of the rev range, I am stopping the run at 7,400. We are reaching a healthy number of 321 kilowatts. The power seems to be still holding there. It hasn't quite rolled over yet, but I don't want to rev the engine any harder. Considering the valve train of the SR20DET and the inherent rocker issues that people run into. So I am pulling the engine to 7,400 and my rev limit begins at 7,500. Looking at the midpoint of the power graph at about 5,500 on the medium boost of the green curve, we're already making about 280-290 kilowatts, so a lot of power there. Now onto our red and our high boost run. We can see that the boost difference at around 4,500, 5,000 that we're running here, extra 5 psi. You can see the power difference there. Each box there is approximately 25 kilowatts, so the power gains there due to the added 5 psi boost here is in order of 25 to 45 kilowatts. And then up at the top end of the rev range, the two curves seem to merge together. This follows what the boost is doing up here. We've only got maybe 2 psi extra, and because we've only got 2 psi extra, our power gain for the red over the green is also smaller. At this point I am starting to run out of my wastegate spring. My boost controller duty is somewhere near 90%, so I'm unable to get any more boost into this car. This is running on E85, so normally we would be able to run more boost into this engine safely. It is a built engine. It is designed to take this kind of boost and some more. Well, that pretty much wraps up the video on this car. I apologize for all the background noise going on. We are filming this as we're working part of our normal working day, so it is a bit tricky having the cameras running, trying to get some work done. So all the background noise, all the other things that you're seeing and hearing, it's all part of the normal operation, keeping it as authentic as we can.